Okay. Okay, my name is John Mazzano. I'm a 23-year resident of Norwalk, living on Morehouse Lane in the West Norwalk section of town. Thank you for providing the opportunity to discuss what I believe to be my qualifications to join the Norwalk Board of Ed, and why I'm asking for your vote. First and foremost, I want everyone to understand my mission, and it's quite simple. Basically, number one, to provide the best education we can to our most precious citizens, our children. This while maintaining fiscal responsibility so that our citizens won't be crushed with an increase in tax expense. Two, to strengthen and improve the Board of Education's community relationship by raising awareness, increasing the clarity of our message, and by being responsive to the concerns of the Norwalk citizens. So who am I? I'm a concerned parent of 3 girls. My older 2 have graduated from McMahon. My youngest, 7th grader, and should be joining McMahon in the class of 2019. I'm active in many charitable and education-based organizations. You can say that teaching and improving our future leaders via education and mentoring is a passion of mine, as demonstrated by my involvement in junior achievement, where I taught kindergarten through 5th grade in New York City. I'm a volunteer as an online tutor for disadvantaged children. I'm president of St. Anselm's College Parents Council. My wife and I are active members of McMahon and CGS PTOs. My family hosted Chinese and Japanese students via CGS. And lastly, I'm deeply involved in improving the industry within which I work, the commercial real estate finance industry. And I do so by teaching real estate finance as an adjunct professor within New York University's Master of Science program. My aim is true. I say what I mean. I do what I say. I'm asking for your vote for the bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we will hear from Heidi Keys.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Heidi Keys, and I'm very excited to be running for re-election. I want to continue what I started 4 years ago. I truly believe that our school system is headed in the right direction with our nationally recognized superintendent, Dr. Manny Rivera. Is that better? Yes. I've lived in Norwalk my entire life and attended Norwalk schools. I have 3 children in the Norwalk school system. One at the elementary level, one at the middle school level, and one at the high school level. I have a true vested interest in Norwalk as a homeowner, parent of children in our school system, as well as a taxpayer. I'm qualified for this position because I have 4 years experience as a Board of Ed member and 1 year experience in the executive position as secretary. I'm a current member of the Policy and Building and Facilities Committee. I have my degree in early childhood education. I also owned and operated my own preschool for over 6 years. If elected, I would focus in on several issues. I will continue to invest and support our early child education initiatives. It's imperative to have good communication between board members, central office, and the community. The community must be able to trust that communication between all stakeholders is open and transparent. As board secretary, I've taken the reins on our spotlight section of our board meetings and have worked to showcase the great things students, teachers, and our schools are doing. Unfortunately, it seems as if our school district comes up short when it comes to being recognized. I'm working on changing the way the public views our school system. With our new superintendent, Dr. Rivera, I want to see him succeed to lead our district and move forward and make Norwalk an outstanding school district. Thank you.
Thank you. Our third candidate to speak will be Steve Colarossi.
If you all don't mind, I'm a trial lawyer and I'm not used to speaking sitting down. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Steve Colarossi. I'm running for re-election to the Norwalk Board of Education, where I've served for the past 4 years. I'm running on Road D, which is the Norwalk Community Values Line. And the reason for that is, for the past 4 years, I felt that politics have gone in the way of some of the important decisions that have to be made. The goal shouldn't be a bipartisan Board of Ed. The goal must be a nonpartisan Board of Ed. And I know that I only have far fewer than my 2 minutes original. And for those of you who have seen my responses when questions are posted to me on the blogs or have heard me speak at Board of Ed meetings, I can't say hello in less than 2 minutes. But in my remaining few seconds, I'd like to explain a few of the things that I'm most proud of and why Andres Roman and I are working as hard as we are to bring our message to the voters. Accountability has to be the first and foremost reform that the Norwalk Board of Education undertakes. That means holding everyone accountable, whether you're a Board of Ed member, a superintendent, a deputy superintendent, or a teacher, or any staff member. To improve accountability, one of the measures that I'm most proud of was the work I did in my first year as chairperson of the policy committee, and I have two great colleagues who are on the dais with me tonight who work with me on that committee. I was concerned when we had two teachers who were involved in illicit relationships with students. They would both be arrested and ultimately convicted. But the Norwalk Board of Education refused to have the in-depth investigation that we needed of those relationships. As a result, I rewrote, personally, on my own time, the child abuse reporting policy. It received a lot of attention. It's made schools safer for our kids, and that's just some of the work that I've done. I ask you, please, come to the NorwalkCommunityValues.com website, read the positions of Andres Roman and myself, and understand an open and transparent campaign like we're running means open and transparent representation, representing and serving the values of our Norwalk community. Thank you.
Thank you. Our fourth candidate to speak will be Ceil Hair.
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be before you tonight. My name is Ceil Hair. Most of you know me as a children's librarian. I've served as the children's librarian at the South Norwalk Library for the past 13 years until I was recently promoted to Assistant Director of the entire Norwalk Public Library System. As a public servant, I'm used to collaborating with many different organizations across Norwalk. I've collaborated with many people at the table, and I've collaborated with many of you in the audience. So my platform is really simple. Let's make a difference in education together. I have a background, I have a BA in journalism. I have an MS in library and information science. So my background is really more data and research. My goal is to embrace Norwalk demographics, to educate all students equally, to create a culture of inclusiveness to close the achievement gap, to establish clear and measurable goals for improving student performance, to budget with fiscal sensitivity to all Norwalk citizens, particularly those on fixed incomes, and to bridge the divide between some parents and teachers. And the reason I say that is because you can have two students, one teacher, one curriculum. One student excels, the other student doesn't. And why? It goes back to having parent involvement. It also goes back to having clear and measurable goals. What are we measuring? And is there a plan of action to correct issues that don't meet our standards as opposed to just complaining about them? I have a website that I put together to help me understand the needs of Norwalk citizens. My website is harrisboe.weebly.org. And it basically asks many of the tough questions to help us understand what Norwalk parents need to serve their children. Thank you.
Thank you. The fifth candidate to speak will be Lauren Rosado.
Thank you to the Norwalk League of Women Voters and LWV, the Coalition for Norwalk Neighborhood Association, and the power for this forum tonight. My name is Lauren Rosado, and I'm running for the Board of Education for three main reasons. The first is to support our new superintendent so that he stays with us for several years, and he successfully implements the Common Core State Standards. The second is to improve the budgeting process and to bring some clarity to it. And what I mean by clarity is to really understand what we spend our money on. So in my league questions, I put a little chart in there on how we currently spend our money. I want more clarity on this so that we can better understand how to reallocate our existing resources, because we just are not going to have an infinite amount of funding. I want to have clarity so we know how we can bring in outside resources. I know foundations and corporate donors throughout Fairfield County and New York. I can help Dr. Rivera raise private funds. I want to know how we can minimize the financial burden on the Norwalk taxpayer while balancing the educational needs of our children. My third reason for running is communication and safety. I will work to fully open the communication channels in the district and the community to break down the symptoms that have been documented over and over in the Craig and Cambridge reports, to improve school safety, and to disarm a handful of gatekeepers who hold information close and use it to bully adults and parents in Norwalk schools. I know this because I sat in central office for 6 years. It creates a toxic environment of mistrust and a poor culture. If we open the gates to information, we will see improved collaboration, we will bring transparency, we'll see student achievement improve, we'll even close the achievement gap because I believe this district is capable of closing the achievement gap. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And our next candidate to speak is Ceil Hair.
Hi. Thank you for the Legal Women Voters, NAACP, the Hour, NEF, and the Coalition of Norwalk Neighborhoods. I'm Sue Haney. I've been a member of the Board of Ed for 4 years. I'm the chairwoman of the Negotiations Committee, a member of the Curriculum Committee, and a participating member of Norwalk Act's Strive Initiative. I have 3 reasons, 3 priorities for running. My first priority and reason is to finish the job I started, which is to support a visionary, hire and support a visionary superintendent. I think hiring a superintendent is the most important job the board can do, and I was a strong advocate for a nationwide search. I'm thrilled that we have Dr. Rivera as our new superintendent. I plan on supporting his strategic vision and plan so we can change Norwalk from a district in need of improvement to a district that is a model for the nation. I was a strong supporter of our last reform-minded superintendent, Dr. March, and I will be just as strong of a supporter of Dr. Rivera. My second priority is the budget, and the nearly complete 3-year budget will be aligned with the superintendent's strategic plan and vision. It'll tell us where we are, where we want to go, and where the gaps are. The per-student costs rise at a pace that far outstrips student achievement, so that current model is unsustainable. We need to realize our taxpayers are exhausted, and we need to be open to new ways of doing things. And third, we need to raise the bar for excellence for everyone. We have to have laser-like focus on early literacy, K-5. We need to continue to focus on the implementation of the Common Core State Standards, and we need to embrace Norwalk Acts and their Strive Collective Impact Initiative that will focus on all of Norwalk's children in need. Thank you.